Well, fire danger is slowly building here north of the Alaska Range through the central interior, especially out here from the Kobuk Valley southward in toward the northern Kuskokwim Valley there. A couple areas of even high fire danger for spruce forecast in this area where it's yellow. Otherwise, of course, south of the Alaska Range, all the rain, chilly temperatures, low fire danger here into the Copper River Basin areas, also out to the west and up over the northeast. Forecast for tonight, clearing, light winds here in the interior, in the western part of the state. This low dropping southward. Rain changes to showers here over south central Alaska and slowly starts to diminish, especially after midnight tonight. Dry over the eastern interior, partly and mostly cloudy skies. Cloudy with a few scattered showers over the Copper River Basin. Mostly cloudy with showers ending over the southeast coast. Out here to the west, pretty good storm pushing in, bringing gusty winds, rain to the Pribilof Islands, extending up through the Bering Strait, and those gusty south winds along the western capes here of the western Arctic coast, Point Hope, Cape Lisburne, for example, will continue tonight with this front just to the west there. And that pattern will extend all the way down into the central and eastern Aleutians. And for tomorrow, this whole area shifts a little bit farther to the east. And that allows this dry area to shift a little farther to the east too, at least into the Kuskokwim Valley. And this low center now down into the Gulf of Alaska. Just some scattered showers left over south central Alaska tomorrow. In fact, probably ending by the afternoon. Showers over the mountainous terrain of the Copper River Basin extending northward here over the eastern interior. But the southeast coast, partly to mostly sunny, dry conditions, light winds across all of the interior expected. And then moving on to the forecast for Wednesday, this front breaks up right along the west coast here, with just some areas of light precipitation associated with it as another system comes in farther to the west there, bringing more wind and rain into the central Aleutians. As a result, this high just kind of develops right over the interior with partly to mostly sunny skies for Wednesday. South central Alaska now, Prince William Sound, Kenai Peninsula, Copper River Basin as well. Just look for some afternoon shower or thunderstorm activity, scattered, isolated, and that's about it over the mountainous terrain. Sunny and light winds all the way up to the Arctic coast and the southeast coast here, partly to mostly sunny. This low now tracking eastward there on, Thursday. This will move right in, upper level low and weak trough at the surface here. So that'll be a return to the wet conditions there across all of the panhandle, and stays dry, mostly sunny here, all of interior Alaska from the Gulf of Alaska, or from the Gulf actually, all the way up to the Arctic coast. A little bit of moisture sneaks into the western Arctic coast there with gusty south to southwest winds. Point Lay, Cape Lisburne, Point Hope, keeping the temperatures up. So that's all going to fall as rain, whatever does fall, if anything at all. Otherwise, still some rain chances along the west coast here of this slow-moving system. Wet and windy coming up continues for the Pribilof Islands. And now this front dragging in brings some rain into Unimak Island, possibly even as far east as Unalaska. Dry for the Alaska Peninsula there, some clearing, and dry behind the front with higher pressure and light winds. Going into the forecast lows for tonight, in the 30s in the clear areas here, otherwise in the lower 40s. North Slope Arctic coast, upper 20s to lower 30s. Mid 30s St. Lawrence Island, lower 40s for the Pribilofs, lower to mid 40s for the remainder of the Aleutians and the Alaska Peninsula. On up to Kodiak Island, mostly in the upper 30s to lower 40s, southern Alaska here, and in the 40s for the southeast coast. Highs for tomorrow, northern panhandle, mid 50s down to the south, highs upper 50s to lower 60s. And we've got 65 to 70 here in interior Alaska, south of the Alaska Range there. Warmer tomorrow, definitely warmer, up out of the 40s like we're stuck in today in many areas, into the upper 50s, some cases lower 60s in the Susitna Valley and the Copper River Basin. Even the North Slope and the Arctic coast, warming into the 40s up there. And then for the lows, dropping only into the upper 20s and mid 30s, so areas up here staying above freezing. And that should help kick off that river break up there for the main rivers of the North Slope. And otherwise 30s, still kind of chilly here for the overnight lows in the interior. down into the 30s in some areas, otherwise in the 40s, lower 40s here for south central Alaska and the Panhandle, followed by highs 70s in the interior, 70 to 75 for the central part of the state, all the way up to the Yukon Flats, near 70 for Bettles. Highs in the lower 70s in the Susitna Valley Wednesday afternoon, otherwise 65 to 70 for the Kenai Peninsula, and 50s to lower 60s, warmest over the southern Panhandle.